Hey guys, it's been a while, but we're back at Anthony's Garage. Lots changed. I got a few different cars now, and I wanted to show you guys the Datsun 280Z that I got. So let's get started. Alright guys, so this is my Datsun 280Z. Sorry about the road noise. I live right next to the road now. I ended up acquiring it with a trade from 350Z, and then ended up somehow trading the 350Z again for a different 280 that I have now. But I've done a little bit of work since I owned it, not really too terribly much, but as you can see, there's no seat in it. I took the seat out of it because I was going to put it in the 350Z that I got back. Has a little aftermarket steering wheel. I plan on putting the stock wheel back on, taking the hydro out because, well, it's not going to be a drift car. But it does have a pink roll cage, and I plan on redoing all the interior on this car and making this roll cage gray, and putting some kind of almost like stock style seats, almost like the Recaro Porsche seats, I believe they are. They're like Recaro XL or something. But I plan on putting those in it and just cleaning up the interior, making it look really nice, putting actual gauges in because, well, it has two different gauges there, and then there and there is different gauges. So I'll end up cleaning up all that, but let's get to the good stuff. Alright, as we can see here, we got a little intercooler turbo. It's a RB20, and since I've owned it, it hasn't ran correctly. I gotta put new spark plugs in, and then after that, these injectors were stock injectors that were drilled out to 550s, so I'm gonna go and get some actual 550 injectors. I think the cylinder 1 injector is just stuck open because cylinder 1's always super wet on the spark plug. Since I owned it, I put this front facing intake on it and got some intercooler piping done. Had my brother from On Point Fabrication, Leon, go and put that on, make that really quick for me. He also gave me this little cone filter thing that's not a filter, but and then I bought this little plate because these coil packs were just held down by the cover that was sitting on it. So I took that off, and I bought this little plate to go and mount the actual coils to, and then mount those down. So that holds down all the coils now, and I shouldn't have any issues there. When I first got it, it had the stock intercooler that went across, and then it would come across, come back, and then go back down here like this, which I thought was silly because you couldn't go and set the hood on it correctly. It would just sit up off of the car about an inch. But now we have this front facing intake, and it seems to be working really good, other than the car isn't running correctly because something that has nothing to do with the intake. But I'm sure you'll see in videos coming up about the about me replacing injectors and changing spark plugs, getting it all running and everything. Also, I put this 240Z bumper on it, turn signals, and front splitter on it, front spoiler. I've changed the wheels on it. When I got it, it was on stock wheels. What else? This one's flat, but it's because we did a burnout with it when it was running correctly. So I got some floor mats that I need to put in it after I replace the flooring. I might end up taking out these seat brackets that the guy before me welded straight down to the chassis, and I'll end up putting stock seat rail like that go across back in, so I can put a stock style-ish seat back in, or I'll just use what's here and mount them straight to these brackets. The cage, as you can see, is not finished. I'll go and show you here in a second. All right, so cage isn't finished. I have the little plate that goes here that you weld down like this side, and then I have the bar that goes from right here down to it. We just haven't done it because the gas tank is like right under right here, and I'm going to drop the tank before welding that in because I don't want it to get hot and maybe blow up, which doesn't sound like a fun time. As I said, I'm gonna go and paint all of this. Everything is getting painted and it's gonna go all gunmetal gray. I'm gonna take out this wood and I'll end up replacing it with actual matte. They sell a tire cover for this area, so I'll end up replacing it with that and then carpeting everything so it all looks OEM. Other than this area, I'll have to figure something out for this because obviously this bar isn't stock. So in upcoming videos you'll see a lot of this car. I'll be doing a lot of stuff to it. I plan on making it really nice and just making it super reliable just so I can go and cruise around in it during the summertime when the weather's nice. But as you can see, there's a bunch of interesting stuff going on. There's this bar, usually there's the core support there, which I plan on going and taking this bar out and this plate, putting a core support, a stock core support back in, putting an aluminum radiator in here, mounting this oil cooler because it's just kind of wobbling around like a silly goose, and then after the stock core support's in, mounting the intercooler and everything correctly. This is that same Miata from one of my other videos that wasn't running, but except now it runs, and it has a 1.8 swap in it. It has 1.8 brakes, 1.8 everything, because I had a 1.8 car that I ended up getting. I traded for a G35 and I ended up swapping everything into this, so now it runs and drives, except now the clutch master went out about a week ago, so I haven't got to go and get around to fixing that, but you guys will be there to see that too. But yeah, you guys just tell me what you guys want to see. We got the 280 here, the S14 there, Miata, the Sienna right there. It's lowered on BC extreme low coilovers. We have the Toyota Previa over there, the Yukon XL, and a bunch of other ones that are just in pieces hiding. I have a 55 Chevy frame right here that I'm going to put my 55 Chevy 2nd Series pickup on, and stock height, it should be about 3 inches off the ground. I'll obviously have help from my brother with putting that on, because he fabricates. If you guys don't know, it's On Point Fabrication. He owns that white 55 Bel Air right there, and the 55 pickup right there that is actually on a 2011 Duramax bus frame. You guys will see if you go over to his video. It should be up in the next day or two. You'll see that. So yeah, just let me know what you guys want to go and see, and I'll go and start making videos on whatever you guys want to go and see. All right, bye.